Now, if you're asked to create a drawing that you'd like to print of your 3D model, this is how you do that. You go up to the Application button, New, and down here where it says Drawing of Active Model. So click on the Drawing of Active Model and just take the default there. And this brings up a 2D drawing sheet. And if you don't do anything, you'll see a front view of the model appear. And so you can scroll this in, because right now it says the scale. If you look up here, the scale is 5:1, and we don't want that. Now you can modify it here, or you can simply wind in the mouse, and that's what I'm doing here, winding the mouse in or out. So now it's 1:1, and I'm just going to go with 1:1. Once I click, I'm ready to pull this off, and you can pull this off in different directions, but I'm just going to head up towards the top view, and I'll pull that off, and then I'll come over to the side, and then I'll come out to the isometric view. And this is where you can also dimension your model. You come over here to Smart Dimension, and you could start adding dimensions to your model, or you can go over here to the distance between, and the way that command works is you just select one, then you select the other, and the dimensions are really small, and right here you could change that to say 4. And you just walk across your model, and maybe I want to end up down here and zoom in if you have trouble picking that. And you can lay them next to each other, or you can move the cursor and it automatically puts the dimension above that. And we'll add a couple of smart dimensions here. You could pull another dimension off here and for this side. And let's fit the view. Now the dashed lines, when you're looking at this from the front view, what are these dashed lines? If you run this straight up, you'll see it's the circle. And so in the front view, you can't see that circle. And so that's why you have these dashed lines. When you go up to the top view, yes, you can see the hole for the circle, but you can't see that in this view right here. That's why they're dashed lines. Same with this view over on the right. If you look at this, those two dashed lines are the circles looking down this way. Now some of the other things you do here is you'll create, for example, a detail view. Click on detail, and if you come in here, it's like a little circle. You can just pick anywhere and pull this out to whatever size, and this creates what's called a detail view. If you'd like to create an auxiliary view, you can come out here where it says auxiliary view, and you could pick on this line, for example, and this means it's going to look straight onto that face. Now I'm running out of room, so I'll just pull that off about there, and then I can come in anytime I like, and I could zoom out a little further, and I could just grab the model here, for example, and I could pull that up a little bit, so it's giving that a little more room, or you could pull this down, whichever way works, and pull that back down. Now if you'd like to add color, you can just touch on the model. You might have to go to Select, touch on the model, and this form comes up, and I can move this form around, and over here you'll see shading options. If you click on that and say I'd like it to be shaded, and it doesn't shade, but it puts a box around it. So you need to just go up and say update the view to make it look like my model looks. So whatever color this is, that's the color you'll see here. Now if you'd like a cross section, you could go up here. You need to do cutting plane first. If I'd like to create a cross section on this view, what you do is just say I want the cutting plane right down the center here. So I'll just draw a line straight across here, right mouse click, and I need to go close cutting plane to accept, and whichever way you'd like to look at this, let's just go up this way, and then I go to section, and I touch on this section and then just push that up. And again, I'm running out of room, so if I fit the view, and let's just move that down. I'll move all my model down here, go to the select button, and let's just zoom in and look at our section view. And the dashed lines mean that's where there's material. This is solid and this is open, where the hole is, right down the middle there.